Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's review day again, and today I've picked another ORKA club, and today it's the ORKA CTi iron. Now this is ORKA's most forgiving iron. It's their game improvement iron. It's the one with the most mass. It's the one with the most weight down below. It's the biggest cavity back they've got. This is designed for people who are game improving. But the difference between this iron and a lot of the other game improvement irons is this one is only 34 degrees of loft. Hi, I'm Lee Whittaker down here at the Ashbury Hotels Golf Resort in Devon, and today again it's review day. So I'm going to put this through its paces. I'm going to go onto quad, I'm going to get some numbers off it, and then I'm going to put a green out there and see if I can hit 3 greens out of green with it. So let's get down to it. Okay, CTi iron, game improvement iron, top line, thick, got nice and thick, exactly what you'd want from this kind of club. Nice thick top line, just like screams forgiveness. And if you're in this kind of iron, that's what you want. You want that mass behind the ball to help you feel like you're just gonna not miss. The actual sole itself, you know, it's not the thickest. It's not the thickest. If I grab something like the Big Bertha, and I'll show these close up together, it's not as thick as the Big Bertha. You know, this Big Bertha is screaming like thick sole, whereas the CTi doesn't. And then if we look at offsets next to each other, again, like there's not a great deal of offset in this, whereas with the Big Bertha there is tons of offset. With this, there's not a lot of offset, which is good, or is it good? You know, do people who are going into this kind of iron want that offset? It's down to the individual. The head size is really long, you know, it's a big head. It's everything you want. All the weight is at the bottom, you know, it's at heel and toe, so it's just aiding that launch. It's also 34 degrees as well, which is really unusual when it comes to game improvement irons. That we find with the lofts, they're getting like stronger and stronger, whereas with ORKA it's not their thing. You know, 34 degrees is their strongest loft that they do. You know, it can be bent a bit, but why would you want to? So 34 degrees of loft, probably about 170. Let me get my phone out of my pocket. Probably about 170 I would have thought, so I've got a green out there at 170. I've got a C-Taper 120S shaft in it. I need to put my kind of shaft in for the test to work properly. I don't know, like my 7 iron is 32 degrees of loft and I'm carrying it about 180, so I would have thought this would go about 170. I'd like to have hoped. And that's just fat. I struggle with these kind of irons. I hit them really fat. There's so much sole at the bottom. I struggle with them. That's just got nowhere. Like, that is not even a worthwhile test. That was a good shot. Nice shot out the middle. Drawn around a bit. It's flown. Wow. Look at that go. Well, that carry 186 from 34 degrees. Wow. Like that's ridiculously far. 186 off 34. I'm expecting that from like 30. What was a spin like? Spin at 5,000, you know, it's not ideal, but it's kind of where I am. Launch angle 16, really good launch angle considering the loft. That's over 50 degrees lower than the loft. That spin at 5,000, like that is, I'll take that with the way I'm presenting loft at the moment, but 186, wowzers. That's a good strike, 178. I maybe need to put this green out further. I am 5.2 on the spin, ball speed 122. Really, really good. Like that was a little bit out the toe, but there's not a great deal of loss of distance. That's another good shot, 174. It's not struggling for distance at all, I'll give it that. Really not. 5.2 again on the spin, so it's spinning well. You know, I'd kind of want it to be around about 6, but the amount of loft I'm presenting is it's gonna struggle to get there, really. It's impressive, really impressive. Oh, that's gonna go miles. No, 180. Yeah, like, it's so good, so forgiving. It sounds okay. It's not the, you know, it's not the best sounding club in the world. So feel wise, it feels great. You know, this head is fully forged, which is something you don't always get when it comes to game improvement iron. So, you know, you get 34 degrees of loft. It's a fully forged face. You're getting loads of forgiveness, and it's traveling an absolute mile. Really impressed with it. I mean, I don't like the look of it, but that's just me. But if I was in a game improvement iron, this works. That's a 170 carry. Like, they're all there or thereabouts. Doesn't matter where you kind of hit it off the face, they are all carrying towards that green or further. Let's hit one more and have a look at some of the numbers. I'm going to put a light shaft in this as well, and I'm going to see what kind of figures we get with just a slower swing speed. That's a great shot. Really good, really, really good. Feels okay. You know, it doesn't feel, it's forged, but it doesn't feel like the RS10s. Those feel like super soft. But for a game improvement iron, it's one of the best feeling ones I've felt because it is completely a forged iron. Right, so I'm just going to hit a few with a slower swing speed because I think that's more its target market than me, who's up at, like, what was that last one? At 95 miles an hour. So we're trying to swing this at 70. So I've got an A-flex, graphite shaft in, and I'm going to pretend that I can't swing very fast. I'm going to try and get it around 70 miles an hour and see what the launch and spin's like. That's better. So swing speed 70, carry a little bit out the toe, but carried 110. Where do you want to be carrying this? That's the question. Where would you want to be carrying this at 70 mile an hour club speed? 70 mile an hour, there we go. Like, you hit that, a strike like that, centre of the face, carry 124, ball speed 92, club speed 68. You know, that's where you want this club to be. If you're swinging at 68 miles an hour but can still carry it at 125 yards, like, you are winning. You are winning in life, that's for sure. Yeah, like 66 miles an hour, centre of the face, smashes up, carrying 114. I'll hit one more. Like, this is like, I'm trying to do like what a slow speed would be, but like, it's carrying really well. 63 miles an hour, carrying 107. Like, it's a good club. It's getting up in the air. So that extra loft that it's giving you is helping the ball get up in the air and just carry. So I've just disabled the bottom ones for now, and let's look at the iron then. So ball speed off the face 123, really good. Launch angle 18, that's really good for a 34 degree iron. Spinning at 5.4, now that is off a mat, so that would rise up slightly off the grass. So, you know, you're looking at somewhere near to 6,000, which is perfect. Carry 177 is great for a 34 degree weight, for a 34 degree iron. Club efficiency, club speed 94. I'm hitting it a bit out the toe. You know, I don't like the look of it, but dynamic loft 24 is fine. It's peaking out quite high. If we look at the table, peak height of 35 yards, which is fantastic. Right, let's finish off, see how close to the pin we can get. So I've got a green out there at 180 yards. Put the C-taper KBS shaft back in. Let's see how close we can get to the pin. A couple of shots. That's not a bad start. I will take that all day long. That is not a bad start at all. Distance to pin, 8 foot 9 inches. That's a 3-putt 4. A little low squirter up there. That's going to work as well. Oh, it's got no spin on it though. No spin, but a little chip and a 2-putt. That's another bogey 4. Net 3, that's what we want. Right, last shot then. but what they are is dead straight. That's a great shot. This is going to overturn, isn't it? Yeah, but that's another one on the green. It's a really good club and it's really easy to hit. So I hope you've liked that review of the ORKA CTi iron. For a game improvement iron, it's really good. It's difficult for me to replicate those slower swing speeds and the sort of launch conditions that they get, because I'm kind of used to doing my own thing. But once we open and I get clients in here, then if someone does use these game improvement clubs, then if they're happy, I will film it and show the differences between it, because like the counter argument is this is 34 degrees of loft and it doesn't have like all the technology in it to aid the launch. It launches with the loft, whereas with something like the B21 with a stronger loft, all that technology and tungsten's in there to help launch that ball up. So it'd be a good comparison, I think, and I'll do it for my swing speed, but I think it's a good comparison if I get somebody in to see the difference between loft and distance and technology with no loft, to see if they counteract each other, see if the better spin sort of helps get the ball out there, because it's an interesting theory ORKA have gone down, with going down the game improvement with the loft as opposed to stronger loft and technology. I quite like it. I quite like the fact that it's a 34 degree loft. It's just whether it's going to work for people with a slower swing speed. I'm unsure. I don't know. I'd have to get somebody in and test that, but I'm sure they've done it for a reason, so it must work. But for me, even like off my swing speed, I find it like those last three shots, they're just easy to hit. It doesn't matter where on the face you hit it, the ball speed and that just doesn't seem to drop off. It gets out there to where it needs to go. So kudos to ORKA for that. Would I play it? Absolutely not. It's too big, it's too chunky. I'm not a fan of thick soles. I struggle with turf interaction with thick soles, so it's not for me. But I can see people playing this and really improving their golf with it, because of it's just so easy to hit. And the fact that it's got that loft means the offline dispersion is going to be a lot smaller than a stronger lofted iron, in theory. Anyway, if you are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Please give this video a like and comment down below. You know, have you seen this club before? Is it something you'd contemplate playing? And if you're in the market and in this area for ORKA, why not come down and get fitted? Well, I've been Lee Whittaker down here at Ashbury, and I'll see you all on the next video.